Richician!
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and welcome to the 20th Q&A episode, which of course was originally supposed to be pushed back to next week because of a romantic trip away with my girlfriend, but obviously, as I said in the channel update, that's been pushed back now due to her feeling sick. Sad times. So here it is. Before I begin, let me just show you something which my bosses got for me, or had made for me. This t-shirt with something I keep saying every now and then in my Q&A videos. Yeah, check it out. Just took a picture that I'll put on some other form of social media. Anyway, this could be another long episode again, so let's kick it off. If this will stand up. Oh, and it's even on the back. Right. I am going to put a shirt on though. Because it is quite cold and it's wet outside. Okay, here we go. I'm going to answer this question first, which was asked in my channel update video, even though it really should have been in the comments of the last Q&A, but oh well. John Cross asks, what are you and your girlfriend going to do for Christmas? Well, it's pretty much what I already explained. We were due to have a romantic trip together. Spend a few days together, give each other our Christmas presents, but then she got ill, and we're really not happy about it. We have pushed it back a little bit. We're still hoping we can do that before Christmas Eve. Or if not, we'll still see each other at New Year's, at the latest. But we're working on seeing each other before Christmas, because I bought her an amazing present, which I just know she's going to love, and I want to see the look on her face when she sees it. Then the next three questions are from Matthew Welch. 1. How many copies of Dark Master of Chaos do you think you will be playing in your Dark Magician deck? I was going to try and play just one at first, but I feel like I kind of want to play two, just because of how good it is, and easy to bring out. I'm still testing things on my online build, trying out ratios, even going as far as to try and play 3 copies of Eternal Soul under Monster Reborn. It's a work in progress though, I just hope it works out. 2. Like yourself, Alison and I have bet Dan Green and Eric Stewart back in 2016 in Orlando, Florida, as well as Mark Thompson, who voices Astral in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zeal. That's cool. Which Yu-Gi-Oh! Voice actor would you like to meet one day? Alison and I would love to meet Wayne Grayson, who voices Joey, and Greg Abbey, who voices Tristan and Yusei. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. Meeting Wayne Grayson and Greg Abbey would be nice, though, as well as Darren Dunstan, the voice of Pegasus. That would be kind of cool. I think I can even do a pretty good Pegasus impression as well, and be like, Oh, come now, Kaiba boy. Welcome to Toon World. Aren't my tunes simply fabulous? I can even do the abridged one as well, and be like, "Ooh, Kaiba boy." Meeting those three would be pretty cool. Although I would love to meet Dan Green again. 3. There were numerous rumours going on before that the Yu-Gi-Oh card game was originally supposed to end once Yu-Gi-Oh GX came to an end. How do you think your life would turn out if Yu-Gi-Oh came to an end at that time? It's hard to say, really. I don't think anything much would change. I mean, I'm sure me and some friends of mine will still play it. Like, whether there's tournament play or casual play, even though there's nothing official. Like, I feel like my mate Derek, Dell's Logos 1974, would still run tournaments at his house. So there probably wouldn't be any at the hall, though. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think even Dead Uni would run them if Hugo ended. God, that's terrifying to think about. And I wouldn't meet everyone else. Like, I don't think I would have ever met Express Gaming or Gamer Central. Or Ian, Mike, Brian, George, Cal, Weber's 5. Like, I don't think Team Sorceress would even be a thing. Damn, my life would change quite a lot. But I think I'd still go on to get together with Anna, get my job working with horses, then go on to meet Tash, then meet all the members of the Kalo's Conference podcast over YouTube, Emma Blue Eyes 10, Kalo Shade, Jinrai Prime, Neon Exodus Scapegoat User, Inkweaver, when she was not a Lord of Light, Ultimate Gamer 31, Ojama da Bomb, Fluffy Blade Rabbit, yeah, I'd still meet them, definitely. Like, even if they didn't have a locals to go to, I'd just still go and meet them, hang out with them. Like, tournament or no tournament. And of course I'd still meet my current girlfriend. So some things would change, some not so much, I think. Well, the game would just be a lot better, less complicated, and just more enjoyable as well, even if priority was still a thing. Like, there'd be no synchros, exceeds, pendulums, or links. Basically, things would be the way they were before synchros existed, which I prefer, to be honest, as I've said time and time again. Us elemental hero players would still be able to play an unlimited number of fusions, and whoever goes first could still draw on the first turn. That would be amazing. Let's see. I have been given some questions by my girlfriend, actually, but because she's the love of my life, I'm going to save those for last. Then there's a few more questions here from LOLOL11000. Sorry, this is sliding down too much. Let's see. I guess I could answer this one. After you've dropped a piece of food, what's the longest time you've left it on the ground and then ate it? I think about 5 seconds, because there's no telling which of those rules is true. Like, is it the 2-second rule or the 5-second rule where food is okay? Because regardless what I do, if I drop a piece of food and pick it up quickly, it's just blow on it so there's no crap on it, and then eat it, and then hope the stomach acids will take care of it. Otherwise, I just won't eat it and will put it in the bin. Have you ever played Cards Against Humanity with your parents? No, I haven't. I don't think Cards Against Humanity would be their kind of thing. Because I know Cards Against Humanity is not everyone's cup of tea. Some like it, some hate it just because of how offensive it is. I have for a while thought about doing some Cards Against Humanity videos, but I've been so hesitant to do them. I mean, sure, I'd make them 18 rated, and put a disclaimer, but there's just that fear that someone's going to watch it and take offence and flame me in the comments over it, going, "Oh, this is so offensive, you should be ashamed of yourself." But and I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, I can see why you're annoyed, but it's just a game. It doesn't, none of the, what are the words I'm looking for? Like, none of the jokes mean anything. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, I've still got some Cards Against Humanity cards that I'm yet to try out. That's something my girlfriend does want to play, actually. But obviously the problem is we can't play it with 2 people. Unless, of course, we do what other people do and just get a ghost player, or 2. And essentially we'd be playing with like 2 hands each there. I don't know. Maybe I will, but I just don't know. Oh, this is an interesting one. What's the first thing you would do if you woke up one day as the opposite sex? Like, if I woke up as a woman, I'd be like, what the hell? How did this happen? Why am I a woman now? I think a lot of things would change, actually. But definitely the first thing I do would just be confused and freak out and wonder what the hell happened. I don't even know how my girlfriend would react, because she's straight like me, so it makes me wonder, if I became a woman, like, would our relationship even continue? Like, or would it put a strain on us? Like, I don't know. I'd like to think it would, because love conquers all, after all. Then I guess maybe I'd see what I could do to get a sex change and change back into a man. Yeah, can't think of much else. That being said, though, I sometimes wonder if in a past life I was a woman. I feel like it would explain some things about me. I don't know. Oh, go on then, I'll answer this one. Have you ever farted in a lift? No, I have not. Let's see, that one's too personal. Did you have an imaginary friend growing up? No, I did not. Have you ever practiced kissing in a mirror? No, I have not. What is your guilty pleasure? I already answered this in last week's episode. I don't feel the need to answer the same question again. What is your worst habit? That's a tough one to think about. The only thing I can think of off the top of my head is just feeling like I'm constantly quitting tournaments and then coming back to them over and over again. It's kind of annoying. I wouldn't be surprised if other people got annoyed with this, really. I mean, I remember even Express Gaming and George jokes that I couldn't make up my mind. Well, what can I say? Like, sometimes I can't. I think even Marley said that as well. Wouldn't surprise me. I guess I don't mind answering this one. Has anyone ever walked in on you when going for a number 2 in the toilet? Yep, that happened a couple of times before. It was kind of awkward. There we go, nice embarrassing story for everyone. Do you sing in the shower? No, I do not. Oh, this one I don't mind answering. Have you ever farted loudly in class? As a matter of fact, I have once. It was so awkward. I specifically remember it was an art and design lesson, and I was doing work, sitting down, obviously, and the teacher was standing behind me looking at someone else's work, and then I let one off. Then she looked round and said, "Richard," and I awkwardly said, "Sorry, miss." Yeah, I felt kind of embarrassed and awkward, especially since this was a teacher I liked as well. Like, not in a crushing way or anything like that. Like, crushes on teachers weren't my thing. Funnily enough, she was just generally a nice teacher. I'd sometimes even show her other art projects I did, like outside of school, even ones that I did when watching Art Attack. Smash the like button and leave a comment down below if you remember Art Attack and loved it. What would be in your web history that you'd be embarrassed if someone saw? Nothing. Oh, here's one I like. Have you ever farted and then blamed someone else? Yes, I have. I have a funny story from the good old days of the Fairies Elite tournaments. There was this tournament, right, that Derek was running at his house. And this was actually the first time I ever farted around his. So I was sitting on one of his sofas, and my mate Timby was next to me, and I let one off, and Derek, I think, looked around to see who it was, and then I thought it would be funny to blame it on Timby, and I went, "Oh, Timby, that was disgusting." And then another friend of mine just walked into the room, and he actually believed me and smelt it and said, "Oh, fucking hell, Timby, what did you eat?" And he was like, "It weren't even me." But I did admit it, of course. And that's become a long-running joke between the Pharaoh's Elite lot ever since. Like, even Neo-Nexus and Scapegoat User would make jokes about it for years to come after that. If you could only hear one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? That's a tough one. There's a lot of songs that I like and are really catchy, and it's like I said in a previous episode, my favourite song seems to change all the time. Like, sometimes it would be Stronger by Kelly Clarkson, other times it would be Treasure by Bruno Mars, other times it would be various songs that Nickelback did, which was Gotta Be Somebody. Hang on, I've got a playlist on Spotify. Never Gonna Be Alone, if today was your last day. Mind you, my girlfriend did show me a song the other day which got stuck in my head, which is I Love You Always Forever by Donna Lewis. And another one she shared, two others, was Collide by Ed Sheeran, and why am I not thinking of the name right now? Witchcraft by Sophomore. I feel like it would be a toss-up between Witchcraft, Collide, and Love You Now and Forever. Wait, did I get that right? Yeah, Love You Always and Forever. So it would be a toss-up between those three. It would be hard to pick which one. But I guess since it's stuck in my head right now, I'm going to say I Love You Always Forever by Donna Lewis. If you could suddenly become invisible, what would you do? That's a very good question, actually. I don't know, it'd be kind of hard to do anything, really. I was going to say, if I was a criminal, I'd probably steal stuff, but I am not a criminal, and I do not encourage theft. Don't steal, guys. Other than that, I just don't know. Actually, I suppose I could play some practical jokes on my friends, make them think that there's a ghost in the room, give them a taste of phasmophobia. Would you wear your shirt inside out for a whole day if someone paid you £100? Yes. It's pretty harmless. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Do you have any silly nicknames? Well, I have been given a couple by my girlfriend. A bum bag due to the fact that I keep farting, plus the dumpster. And the reason she would call me the dumpster is because I eat a lot. I'm a big eater. I once had enough mashed potato to fill up 4 people. And if there's any leftover food, I'll eat it. Just ask anyone in my family. And finally, have you ever used self-tanner? No, I have not, because I don't really feel the need to tan. Maybe if I had a lie down on the beach and sunbathed, just while resting from swimming in the sea, then I'd probably try getting a tan. I don't know. Oh yeah, there is one other one. What do you mean you are part goth? What other parts are there to you? Well, the part that's not gothic. Simple. See, the reason why I say I'm part goth is because, well, it's simply because sometimes I listen to a lot of rock music and heavy metal music, and along with the fact that most of my clothes are black, but the reason I say part goth is because other times I wear more colourful clothing, along with the fact that I also listen to cheesy pop songs as well. Yeah. Oh, and here's a question from SparkTech, aka Hesham. Hey Hesham, what decks do you associate with some of your friends, people at your locals? This should be an easy one. Obviously for me it's Dark Magician and Elemental Heroes. For Weber's 5 it would be Endymion, or Pendulum Magicians, or anything that has Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon in it. With you, my friend, I would say Prank Kids and Adamancipators right now. Callum, it would be Salamangreats and his Fire Warrior deck. George, it's kind of hard to say because he has lots of different decks and doesn't have a specific one. Same with Express Gaming, really. Gamer Central, I would say Dragon Maids. He loves that deck a lot. With Marley, it would obviously be Madolches. Bernardo, Paleozoic Frog. Brian, it would be Gokis. It's hard to say for James because he doesn't seem to have a current format deck at the moment. I mean, he was gonna build Sword Soul, but I hear like cards in the archetype are too expensive and too difficult to get. I'm trying to think who else. Will, it would be True Draco and Cubics. Billsy, Silver Cyclone, it would be Tri-Brigades and Infernities. Like, he loves his Infernities, but of course he's playing Tri-Brigades right now. Yugioh, it would be literally any machine deck he has. That's all I can think of at the moment. And then there's 40 questions from Gunnar. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, I mean, I know I said there's no limit to how many questions you guys can ask me, but that's a lot. I think I might have to actually put a limit on how many questions you guys give me, because we're getting a few too many episodes now, which last like half an hour to an hour, which is a bit too long. In fact, I feel like I've got the opposite problem from before, where before I was hardly getting any questions and the episode would be about 10 minutes long. Now they're just way too long. It's fine though, I will go through them all and persevere. Right after I have sparkling water. I wasn't sure if this was normal water or sparkling. What does it Twitch streamers say? Redeem hydrate? Refresh hydrate? Right, number 1. What deck do you plan to build next? I don't have anything planned except for the decks that I'm working on already. Cats, goat format elemental heroes, and the Joey, Zane, and Asta character decks. Excuse me. The problem is they're just taking forever to make. But my deck of cats should be nearly finished. In fact, 3 cards for the deck came in the post today, which are a playset of Lock Cat. But other than that, there's nothing else planned, because I don't really want to make any more decks. It's just getting too much. 2. Summon Skull has its own cards, but they are very slow. What do you think would make them better? That's a good question, actually. It's hard to say for sure. Maybe more cards that can special summon him easier, I guess. I don't know, it's really difficult, because the support it has is pretty good already. I think there just needs to be an easier way to bring out the Synchro and the Xyz a bit more easily. I just don't know. Of course, if the archetype had a Pendulum monster and a Link monster, then maybe they can do something. Can't think what the stats of the Link would be, but it'd be cool to see, just so that way a Summoned Skull has all the summoning mechanics. 3. Which deck does your girlfriend like to play with? She doesn't play Yu-Gi-Oh right now, but she is interested in learning the game again. When she did briefly play in 2012, she did have sort of a Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon kind of deck, made from cards from the Dragons Collide structure deck. But she did say to me just the other night, actually, that she likes Judgment Dragon and Red Eyes Black Dragon, which suggests that she might be interested in playing Light Swans and Red Eyes if she decides to give the game another go. So, if that's the case, though, then I will try and pick up a Light Swan core and a Red Eyes core for her. But obviously, I'm going to start with the basics, because there is a lot to learn in the game, and it's just so overwhelming for new players or returning players. So I'm going to try and make things as easy as possible, like maybe even teach her speed duels, which was something that SparkTech Hesham did suggest. 4. Do you believe that Yu-Gi-Oh is pay to win? Absolutely not. I feel like people who play it and only care about winning just take the game far too seriously, especially if they use decks that do things that don't let anyone play the game. Like, I feel like that just ruins it for everyone else, because, like, Yu-Gi-Oh is a game, and games are supposed to be fun. Like, that's the idea of a game. It's not about trying to be the best, even doing what it takes to win, even with degenerate, unfair cards and decks that don't let anyone else play the game. Like, it's just not right. That's not the way to play. 5. Do you believe that the 20-year anniversary of TCG Yu-Gi-Oh we are getting something like a movie? I feel like we would have had one by now. I was going to say, didn't we already have a 20th anniversary? But I guess that was for OCG land. It would be nice if we got a fourth movie. Like, I'm really hoping there'll be another team up of all the protagonists, just like Bonds Beyond Time, which was my favourite of the three that we got so far. Like, I just want to see Yugi, Jaden, and Yusei team up again and have Yuma, Yuya, Yusaku, and hell, even Yuga team up against some big enemy. 6. Do you think the artwork of Palladium Oracle Mana would be better with the actual anime Mana on it instead of the actual artwork? I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, the artwork we got is good enough. As I feel like if anime Mana was on it, it would look kind of plain. I don't know. 7. Do you believe we are getting a Dark Magician card that will look like a Tem/Yugi someday? It could happen. Wouldn't surprise me. I was kind of hoping we would get something like that for years. Basically, Dark Magician would have its own version of Kyber Man and Red Eyes Beat Chick. That would have been cool. Like, tribute this card to special summon a Dark Magician from your hand. Then again, I guess it's probably not necessary now, and it does take up a normal summon. 8. Which one of Team Sorceress has the highest win rate at the moment? I'm going to assume that would be Whoever's 5. Like, I don't know, I guess it depends on whether how long the team has been around for, or how long we've all played the game overall. If we're talking just overall, throughout the amount of time we've each played the game, I would say me, due to the fact that I've played since 2003, whereas the other members haven't played for as long as I have. Otherwise, it's a toss-up between me and Weber's 5. I'm going to assume Weber's 5, just because he's played in a lot more tournaments than I have lately, and plays with very good decks. Has he been to other regionals or YCS? I don't know. I don't think he's been to a YCS. 9. I want some tournaments of older formats, not GOAT every time. Are you the same? Well, I did talk about this a few times before, but yes, I am the same. I mean, GOAT is great, but it would be nice to see some other ones as well, especially September 2007, which was my personal favourite format. 10. Did you read the Yu-Gi-Oh! Art manga? No, I did not. The mangas weren't really my thing. 11. Do you think we can get a Yu-Gi-Oh! Art anime? I don't know, because they don't generally make animes exactly how they go in the manga, if that makes any sense. That being said, Dark Side of Dimensions takes place in the manga universe, so who knows. 12. In the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga, a lot of people died. Do you think they did a better job to make the anime storyline without all the death? I think so, yeah, because death is just a negative subject, just in general. I feel like it would be a bit traumatizing in a cartoon, in a way. Especially since it's an anime. think the censorship there is fine. 13. Do you believe Rex and Weevil will be real duelists someday? Well, if Weevil sticks to his cheating ways, then no, not him. Rex, it's kind of possible. I mean, he's not necessarily as scummy as Weevil. Like, I actually randomly read about this quite a lot in the comments of this video I watched. I mean, he never uses dirty, underhanded tactics, unlike Weevil. He's just a bit of a douchebag, cocky and arrogant. Although, after he lost to Esperoba, he did warn Joey about him. Yeah. So, I don't know. For Rex, it's a possibility that he could be, if he stops hanging out with Weevil, whereas Weevil, absolutely not, if he remains to be a cheating scumbag. 14. Do you think you are a real duelist? I'm not quite sure how you mean by that. Maybe there is another way I can answer it. I like to think I duel with heart and passion, and I believe in balance and fair play in the game, as well as all the fun stuff about the game. And I like to think I always duel with honour and respect. Although I'm always pleased about winning, I try not to take pride in it. Well, unless it's like a really fancy win, or something like that. Like winning with a deck that I didn't think could beat a meta deck, or something like that. I also don't rub my losses in other people's faces, and I don't mess around and toy with my opponents. I mean, sure, sometimes I try and think of a funny way to win, but otherwise I just don't mess around, and if I go for game, I'll take the opportunity and just not drag it out longer than it needs to be. Yeah, that's how I describe myself. I mean, if that's what's considered being a real duelist, then yeah, I'd say I am. Oh, and I don't net deck other people's decks as well, nor do I play the same thing everyone else does. I just play what I like and keep the game original, which is a never-ending goal of mine, which I'll get to later. 15. If you have a... I think that's meant to say are, or were. If you were a Duel Monsters ghost, which card would it be? Dark Magician, of course, because I do kind of look like him in a way. You know, put me in Dark Magician's robes and dye my hair purple, bam, it'll be a good likeness. 16. Which Yu-Gi-Oh arc is your favourite arc? Duelist Kingdom, Battle City, etc. I assume you mean the original series. I don't know. I don't actually have a particular favourite. All of them are very good in their own right. But I guess it would be a toss-up between Duelist Kingdom, Battle City, the KC Grand Prix, and Awaking the Dragons. 17. What are your thoughts on why female Yu-Gi-Oh players are so rare? I guess Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't appeal much to women as much as it does men. Although there are still women that do like the game. I don't know. It's hard to describe. Yeah. I actually can't think of an answer for this one. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I guess it's also because a lot of guys just like the competitive side and play on that, whereas it's not really a thing for women. Some women play meta, but not a lot. Like, I feel like they're more chilled out about the game and don't take it as seriously as us guys do. Um, like, um, you know, getting cocky, arrogant, or annoyed at a loss. Whereas women would just handle it a lot better. I would say. I feel like we could definitely learn a lot from the female duelists. Most definitely. Losing my voice here. I need some water. Not sparkling water though. Good grief. Here we are. Here's some normal water. Where was I? 18. Would you rather ship Anzu or Taya and Yugi, or Rebecca and Yugi as a pair? Taya and Yugi, definitely. I just like Taya more. She's one of my favourite female characters in all the animes. I mean, Rebecca's kind of cool, but I just prefer Taya. Or as some people like to call her for a joke, T. I am T. Gardner. 19. The Millennium items are created by killing an entire village of people. How come these... Wait, what? How come these items have... I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. How come that these items have good power and are not all completely evil? Fucked if I know. Don't have an answer for that. I guess it depends on the user. 20. Did you meet Thomas Rose? I don't know who Thomas Rose is, I'm afraid. You'll have to explain to me, then maybe I can try and answer it again. 21. Do you like Destiny Heroes? Yeah, well, Destiny Heroes are one of the decks I have. It is something I plan to sell eventually, but otherwise I've always liked Destiny Heroes, whether they're the classic version or the more modern version. I do miss playing them the old way, though, with no fusion stuff going on, just relying on the main deck monsters, even Dreadmaster, Clock Tower, Prison, Dogma and Plasma. Hence why I'm making an Asta Phoenix character deck. Destiny Heroes are fun, but they can get boring after a while. I don't know, I'm starting to feel like they're getting a bit too competitive. And I find if a deck gets too competitive, it just gets a bit dull and boring, and I just need a break from it. Of course, I still have mine for the time being, which I would like to use in a tournament. Despite the fact that I don't have any copies of Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. 22. What would you say to somebody that started playing Yu-Gi-Oh as advice? I would say try out speed duels first, because that's a good way for beginners to get into the game and have a basic understanding of it. And obviously just try and have fun and enjoy yourself. Don't let the competitive side put you off in any way, shape or form from outright playing the game. Of course, if you want to play competitively, that's up to you entirely. Just learn about the kinds of decks and the kinds of cards you want to play, and then just practice, and then you'll just you'll get the hang of it eventually. There is a lot to take in, I know, but it's worth it. 23. Which deck do you think is the better choice for beginners? I'm assuming you don't mean starter decks and structure decks. I don't know, I feel like maybe something that's not too complicated, maybe something based on main deck monsters at first. Like, even if it's something like Monarchs, which I absolutely despise, but that teaches you like a lot about normal summoning and tribute summoning. If you wanted something extra deck focused, Gadgets would be a good start. They're very simple to play. Like, anyone can play them. I don't think that's too complicated, and it would teach you about Xyz summoning and Link summoning as well. 24. Do you think we can get more Magician Girl cards, new spells, monsters, etc.? I don't. Actually, I don't know if we could get new monsters, but more spells and traps would be good, like something that searches out any Magician Girl card, or something that makes them unaffected by card effects. I mean, I know chocolate, apple and lemon have battle phase effects, but they can be countered by stuff like Regeki, Smashing Ground, Utopia the Lightning, so some kind of protection against that would be good for them. Plus maybe more draw cards as well, and maybe their own version of Pot of Avarice, I don't know. Or maybe something that can let you normal summon Dark Magician Girl or Kiwi Magician Girl without tributing. That would be cool. Actually, maybe Magician Girls might be another good deck for beginners to pick up. They're not overly complicated to play, I would have thought. 25. Jesus Christ, we're almost an hour in. How do you get your new cards if you want something specific? Well, I generally try and pick them up in trades, but rather annoyingly, friends of mine won't always have them in their binders, and as a result, I end up having to buy them either from eBay, Amazon, or my friend Darkness Cell 1989, who randomly has them. Just buy them from any of them. And it's kind of frustrating though, because I hate having to buy singles, as I've said before. Like, sometimes it ends up costing too much, and which is why I just rather trade for them. No disrespect to Dr. Cell, of course. He's a good friend of mine. We're always happy to help each other out in any way we can. 26. Can you make a video about all your Yu-Gi-Oh merchandise? Well, technically I kind of already did a couple of those on the Team Sorceress channel when I showed off my play mats and other Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Plus there was that video where I showed off all my active and inactive decks. And I'm pretty sure I did do a video showing off all my collections. Can't remember which channel I put it on though. 27. How many languages can you speak? Honestly, only 2, English and French, but even then I can't remember a lot of the words I learnt. I only remember the basics, like hello, goodbye, thank you, and all that stuff, which kind of makes it hard to communicate with people over there whenever I go over there. 28. Which different languages do you have in your card collection? Let's see, I've got Japanese, Korean, I think French or Spanish. If you mean foreign languages, then 3. But if English is included as well, obviously, then 4. 29. Are you missing the old slow formats where games go over 10 rounds per game? Oh God, yes. I mean, it's like I was saying earlier, I prefer the way the game was before synchros existed. This game just changed far too much over the last 13 years, and honestly, not for the better. I just want to go back to the way things were in the original series and GX eras. But then again, that's me being an old school duelist and voicing an opinion of an old school duelist. 30. How much is your collection worth? I have absolutely no idea, because I am not the best person to ask about card values, because I just don't have a clue how much anything's worth. 31. Do you have ghost rares in your collection? Yeah, I swear I showed off my ghost rares in a video. May have been a while ago though, to be fair. I should actually do a ghost rare collection update. 32. What are your goals in Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, I've had a few in the past, but right now there are currently 3, one of which is this never-ending goal of mine, which is to keep the game original with the decks that I have, especially Dark Magician, Elemental Heroes and Rainbow Neos, but also a bunch of other original fun non-meta decks that I have. Another one is to try and win something with my Magician Girls, whether it's a tournament or a Dead Universe Comics Yu-Gi-Oh! Raw Rumble, or a raid boss, or an endurance. Yeah, just because it's an alternative way of playing Dark Magician, and I'd love to win something with Magician Girls. And another one is to defeat Weber's 5's Endymion deck once and for all, like whether it's in a tournament game or if Endymion becomes a raid boss. Just because I'm so sick and tired of always losing to that deck. See, in endurances, I can somehow win against it, but in normal duels, I have not been able to defeat it at all, no matter what I tried. And it certainly doesn't help that I never draw my sided cards when I need them. And just for once, I would like to defeat that Endymion deck once and for all. 33. You are a very gentle man to your community. Are you the same with other Yu-Gi-Oh players? Oh yes, I mean, I'm a nice guy. There's no reason to be mean to anyone. Not really. I'm kind, caring, understanding, willing to help them out with something if I can. And will happily give them games if I can. 34. Yu-Gi-Oh has a darker Zero chapter in the manga with lots of other games than besides Duel Monsters. Have you watched that anime? I assume you're referring to Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero. No, I haven't. Actually, I think I either saw the first episode or an abridged version of it. No, I definitely saw the abridged version of it. I'm trying to remember if I watched the first one. But no, I've never seen it. Otherwise, 35. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero, Kaiba had green hair just like Noah. What do you think is more Yeah, I think that's meant to say suited for Kaiba. Brown or the green hair? I'd say brown, because the green is just too unusual. 36. Do you think we could get an anime with an after story after Dark Side of Dimensions? Maybe, but it's doubtful. Since by that point the stories of the original cast have finished, like that. That's done and dusted, and that paves the way for Yu-Gi-Oh! GX to start. 37. Do you think we could get an alternative Dark Magician card, just like Red Eyes and Blue Eyes, or are you thinking that role has Palladium Oracle Mahard? It would be cool, although I kind of feel like Mahard and Magician of Dark Illusion sort of have that role. But it would be cool to see, though. I'd love to see that, like either reveal a Dark Magician or tribute a Dark Magician from your field or hand to special summon it, and its cards and its name becomes Dark Magician on the field. Don't know what kind of effect it would have, though. Maybe a back row popping effect, because obviously Blue Eyes alternative White Dragon destroys one monster, which is a throwback to Burst Stream of Destruction. So I think an alternative Dark Magician popping back row would be a throwback to Dark Magic Attack. Here's hoping. 38. Which one would win in a fight of 3 duelists against each other? The duelists are Yugi, Jaden, Yusei and Yuma. But that's 4 duelists. Why are you saying 3? It depends, really. I would say it would be a toss-up between Yugi and Yusei, since they're the most competent of the 4. But it's hard to say who'd win between Yugi and Yusei. I know there was that live duel back in 2011 where there was a duel between Yugi and Yusei, and Dan Green and Greg Abbey did the voices, and Yugi won. I I don't know how it would go down. Of course, I'd like to say Yugi, though, just because he's the king of games. Not many people can beat him. Of course, if the royale was between Jaden, Yusei and Yuma, I'd definitely say Yusei. 39. Did you know that in the end of GX, Zane died because of his heart problems? It never was released, but that was the plan with Zane. Yes, I did. I have seen all the episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, both dubbed and subbed. So yeah, I know he did die or get sent to the stars in Season 3, but came back to life at the start of Season 4. So yeah, I am aware. 40. Do you like your channel's community? What did you wish from them? What could they do better, or what are you missing? Yeah, I do like the community, very much so. I'm not sure I could really ask too much from them, other than follow my Q&A rules and respect my wishes and stop posting comments that have nothing to do with the video, but other than that, it's great. I like the community for what it is. Right, I just need to have a drink real quick. I'm really hungry, actually. And last, but by no means least, where are they? I have 3 questions from my amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, sexy girlfriend, Ems T. Yeah, she's got 3. I'm going to move this over here because it's driving me crazy. So yeah, 1. Is there a story to why you call yourself the Dark Richician? Of course, I know it's partly because of Dark Magician himself. It was a clever play on words that I thought of, like at the end of 2005 and start of 2006. And it got me thinking, well, my name is Richie, or Richard, but not many people call me Richard nowadays. And Dark Magician is my favourite card, an ace monster. So I came up with the combination, which would be a mixture of Richie and Magician, hence the word Richician. And it's been that way for like 15 to 16 years now. So that's what I would be known as. Although a lot of people do find it difficult to say, which I feel bad about and is understandable. Like some would mispronounce it as Richian or Richan. And then I'd have to correct them. To be fair, it's not easy to say. 2. Where do you see yourself in a few years' time regarding Yu-Gi-Oh! Or life in general? Well, regarding Yu-Gi-Oh! It's hard to say. I feel like it might be the same as it is now, unless we get an anime based on the proper Yu-Gi-Oh! Because right now, with the anime we have, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, all the duels in that are rush duels, which are basically a different way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, I haven't watched it for a while, but so far, from what I've seen, there's been no proper duels. If we get any more animes down the line, then maybe there'll be more duels which are proper duels, if that makes any sense. And maybe we'll just get more cards from them. Otherwise, if not, it'll be the same as it is now, with no new cards from new animes being released, just a bunch of legacy support for older archetypes and just newer archetypes which don't come from the anime. So I don't see anything different. As for life in general, well, I like to think of it as something we discussed a couple of times, like in a few years from now, where we're just living together, we have our own place. I'd probably have a different job, maybe. It depends where we move to and who moves to whom. And of course, I picture us getting married someday, which I still think about a lot. 'Cause I can't think of anyone better that I'd want to spend the rest of my life with. And finally, maybe I can get away with this one week. What's the best thing you like about yourself the most? I had to think a lot about this, but I would say just basically the fact that I'm a good guy, nice guy. It's just like I said earlier. It's all I can say about it, really. Just being a good, nice, friendly, all-around guy to everyone. Unless, of course, someone really, really pisses me off or upsets me, that is. But other than that, I'm all good and nice, especially towards the people I care about. I also like how I just don't look like I age. And somehow I look younger than I actually am. I still don't know how I do it. It must be a hidden gift I have. And I like my looks, my face, my long hair. Yeah, they're definitely features I'm very proud of. Definitely. And yeah, that is it for questions in this episode, and this one's been a lot longer than the last one. Good grief. But that's okay though, since I guess this is kind of a milestone. Like, it is the 20th episode, after all. And yeah, that is everything. Thank you very much for your guys' questions, and thank you in particular, Ems, for the nice questions that you gave me. But yeah, I think I actually am going to have to put a limit on how many questions you guys give me, because this took way too long. So I think I'm going to have to put a limit of 10 questions for everyone who wants to ask me something. I think 10's a good enough number. It's not too little, not too many. This was just overwhelming. That's okay though. I'm not annoyed or angry about it or anything, but it's just too much. Oh dear. Anyway, thanks again for your guys' questions, and of course, if you've got any other comments you want to ask me, just post them in the comments section down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon or evening, UK time, so be sure to get your questions in before then, so that you don't miss out. Thanks again, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.